I'm Indy Nidell.
And I'm Flo.
And we are drinking coffee right now in a fine morning in France, and it's Friday, February 3rd, and we have been here since Sunday, have we not?
Yeah, we have.
It's been the Great War on the road. We've been in and around the Verdun and Romagne and Meuse-Argonne area, shooting all kinds of special episodes for you guys at home. And boy, didn't we have fun?
We sure did.
Actually, we're still having fun. And we thought we'd just go over roughly a little recap of what we did. Now, I started Sunday morning in Stockholm and flew down to Frankfurt, so you can talk about you guys leaving.
We started on Sunday in Berlin. We were already pretty excited because, thanks to some more socks income and everything, we actually invested a bit to upgrade our equipment. Mm-hmm. So, camera pans and everything are going to look smooth.
Yeah.
Because we actually invested in a gimbal.
Yep.
Which I hope you will appreciate. We also got some drone shots. Ooh.
Yep. Drone shots. That was fun.
Yep.
Fun looking at the drone shots.
Those looked really cool. And we picked Indy up at the airport, and when we came here, it was like the weather was already a good indicator how the week is going to be. It was foggy. We could see like 30 meters. We almost hit a deer.
Yeah, we almost died right when we got here.
Yeah, good start. But, then we arrived at the museum. The guys.
This is our base where we are right now.
Yeah.
And the guy behind me, Jean-Paul, is the guy that runs this museum. And you'll see him in episodes that we shot. He's cool.
We met the guys from Verdun, the game.
Yeah, the game Verdun. They were really cool too. Actually, everybody that we worked with this week was very cool. There wasn't like one jerk, which is surprising. Usually there'll be like one guy that you're like, okay, I don't really get along with that guy. But they were all actually really cool, the Verdun guys. If you haven't played Verdun, you should definitely go play Verdun.
Yeah, and where did we go on Monday?
Okay, we got up Monday and we came here and we had breakfast, which we're going to have in a few minutes. And that's when we went out with Jean-Paul. We went out
to the forest.
We went out to the forest and we looked at a bunch of sites with him, and he explained a bunch of the history about them. He also walked us through his museum here, which has literally hundreds of thousands of things from the First World War that he's found over the years here, and it's one of the more interesting museums you'll ever see because it's different from, it's not just exhibits, it's all of the stuff. I mean, he's got prosthetic arms from the First World War that he's found. He's got all kinds of weapons and canteens and spades, but like thousands of them. It's really fascinating. So we did some footage there.
And most of it is actually from the 5-kilometer radius around this museum. So that gives you an idea about how much history there is. I mean, we drove 2 minutes, walked a bit through the forest, bam, we found the first German bunker. Yeah. Then we walked up a hill, and then we suddenly stand on top of the Kriemhildstellung of the Hindenburg line. And, in the middle of a howitzer pit. And, that's how this region is. And I think that's like one of the things we learned this week is like, I mean, you can film here for months and years and you don't run out of anything interesting to film. I mean, like on Tuesday
we went to Douaumont.
Yeah, we went to Douaumont.
Fort Douaumont.
Surprisingly, it was really foggy.
And cold and rainy. It was miserable. But it'll look really cool. It'll look pretty gripping. Which is interesting that we were filming in the fog and mist, because when the French did their counterattack and retook Douaumont, they did it in the fog and mist because they had trained to be able to do it with their eyes closed so they would surprise the Germans, which they actually did. No. So we counterattacked on Tuesday. And then after that, we had a little press meeting first, right? Yeah. And where we met a very cool woman who works with
the tourist.
With the tourist board. But it's the whole Lorraine tourist board, or is it just
from the Meuse region?
Meuse region, okay.
Lorraine.
And Lorraine.
And Lorraine as well.
Okay. And we're going to do something in conjunction with her and with them in the future. But then we had like a meet and greet with us and the Verdun guys, where people could ask us all sorts of questions and drink lots of wine and eat lots of his good food. That was really fun.
Yeah, we had 50, 60 people here.
Yeah, just turned up, a lot of them from Germany, from the Netherlands.
Some French people, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean the foreign guys that turned up is pretty impressive. And then on Wednesday, I guess the highlight of the filming Wednesday was when we went to see Fleury.
Oh yeah, that was really that.
Which it's really heartbreaking if you see that. And it wasn't a bright sunny day. It was cold and foggy, and you just see. I mean, there's nothing left. There's nothing left.
You basically walk through a blasted landscape
with signs that say bakery, farm, because they've marked out where everything used to be before it was destroyed. But it still has a mayor, so it still technically exists as a town, even though there's nothing left. That's how it's commemorated.
Yeah, that really drove the point home about this whole area. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, and it's not the only one. It's like one of 8 villages, I think, that are destroyed from the Battle of Verdun and World War I. And it's like, man, that's really, wow.
And that afternoon, we had good French pizza, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And the afternoon before, we had not particularly good food at a place with buffalo in the title, but they had ridiculously good house wine, which we're in France, so that's not surprising. Wednesday evening, we had really good French food, did we not?
We did. We went to a restaurant here in the region. We're going to put the link in the description if you ever come here for like to explore the battlefields or if you're just generally in the area, go to this restaurant.
We ate there again last night.
Yeah, we went there 2 times. Really good.
And yesterday, we did some shooting at the Meuse-Argonne American Cemetery, which is the largest of the American World War I cemeteries in Europe. There were 8 originally built, and it's got, well, between the wall of the missing or unidentified people and all the graves, it's got around 15,000 people there. And it's really, really, really enormous. You think 15,000, okay, we've talked about battles that have 120, 200,000 casualties, but once you see 15,000 crosses all laid out there, you get the scale of the enormity of the destruction.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, takes you a good time to walk through it and everything. And I mean, and everyone has a name, everybody has a birth date, everybody has a date when he died, and everything. And it's mostly soldiers, of course, but there's, a few nurses, there's like 3 kids, infants that died there shortly after the war and everything. And
the first African-American Medal of Honor recipient is there, buried there.
And
they were really cool. They were really nice and helpful. And our drone guy, who came here from Dortmund, right? Yeah, from Dortmund, to help us with the drone. Actually, we had a fan here from Düsseldorf, which was kind of weird. The first day when we were shooting out in the woods, we had gone up to the Morton, which we've talked about a lot during the show, to shoot. And there's this guy. He's cool, a bit odd looking, but cool, with a suitcase there. And it was freezing, and he wasn't wearing a jacket or anything. He was just wearing like a light shirt and a vest. And it turned out he had come to Verdun, and he was going to come to the fan meeting. And he'd come to Verdun, and he had walked the 20 kilometers
to the Morton. By chance, met us.
And so we drove him back to Verdun. So he accomplished nothing except he had met us by chance. And then he hung out with us for the rest of the day and stuff. And he got to hold my coat and things that we needed holding.
What an honor.
I know it, man. And let's see, we ate again at the awesome meal last night. No, we didn't tell him about the tragedy when we had no power for a day. And that wasn't a tragedy, it was fun. We just lit a really big fire. Oh, and we almost died again, because Julian nearly killed us by leaving a log too close to the fire, but then he saved us by taking it away. No, it wasn't you?
It wasn't me who left the log there.
Who left the log there?
I think it was the cat.
It was the cat.
So that was it. I mean, like 4 days packed with filming, packed with history,
packed with food.
We could stay here for another month, and every day we could film 1 episode. There's so much things to see here, and we didn't even go to Fort Vaux. There's, you just look at the signs that tell you which direction you go, and everything from our show, basically.
And I've talked about that.
And in the end, I think we just, thanks again to Jean-Paul for, hosting us here, for giving us his place for the fan meeting, for showing us around, giving us some tips, and everything. Thanks to the guys from Verdun. Play their game if you haven't.
Thanks to Toby for the drones. Thanks to the other 2 Dutch guys, the photographer and the information guy.
Yeah.
They came down from the Netherlands just to hang out and help out. And it's cool that people come to hang out and then they just end up helping us out because they know a lot of stuff that we might not know about certain battles and certain events. And the photographer, he is really amazing. We'll put up a bunch of his photographs on Facebook and Instagram.
This was like, definitely an upgrade from what we achieved on the Eastern Front. And when we were
more this time.
More focused, and I think, definitely not the last road trip. We were going to have more on them. And I hope you can see that, your Patreon support and everything helps us doing these trips, and that we also can invest in better equipment and everything to make the videos even better and to have a even higher output and everything.
Well, we did 7 specials this week.
7 specials.
And we shot a couple of Out of the Trenches here, and we shot a couple of the regular special episodes here too.
Yeah, so it's going to be, I think, pretty awesome. We're going to try to publish them as fast as possible. Hopefully by, I would say, April, May. we should start getting them out. And
Okay.
yeah, so
That was it, right?
see you next time.
We'll see you soon. Rock on.